Hi, boys and girls. I hope all of you are fine. I'm Miss Prema, and I'm very glad to meet all of you here for a quick revision for the upcoming SPM 1119 English papers. These videos are made exclusively for 2020 SPM candidates, and I really hope that these videos could help most of you. Hi viewers, thank you for watching this video. Do not forget to subscribe my channel to view more interesting videos that could benefit you. And also do like and share. Thank you, boys and girls. Now we will look into paper 2, section D, question 32, poem. Let's look at the analysis of poem question for the past 5 years. In 2015, it was the older poem text, Are You Still Playing the Flute? Followed by 2016, What Has Happened to Lulu? Which you have studied in Form 5. 2017 was Poison Tree, also studied in Form 5. In 2018 was Charge of the Light Brigade, which you had studied in Form 4. And in 2019 was Living Photograph, which you had studied in Form 4 too. So now, what might come in 2020 SPM? So what is forecasted is Lulu and Poison Tree. You can refer to all the trial paper by different state. So far, these are the two poems that they had forecasted. So try to pay more attention on these two poems, but do not miss of doing some revision for the Charge of the Light Brigade and also the Living Photograph. Boys and girls, I would like to bring your attention to the 2 marks question in poem section. Okay, you may have come across the question asking on 2 suggestions or any 2 ways or any 2 advice. Okay, now I would like you to pay more attention on the different type of question where they ask feelings or the persona's action or your reaction towards the poem, the quality of the persona, and in the second part you have to give the reason to justify the first answer. So try to practice on such questions. Here are some question examples. So you don't have to answer the question, but just look at the pattern. So they ask for the opinion and they're asking for a reason. So if your opinion is there, but your reason does not justify the opinion, you will not get both marks. So in this section, you either will get 0 marks or 2 marks. So make sure the reason is clear. Avoid vague answers. Vague means unclear. So justify, explain well in a full sentence. Don't give partial answers. Boys and girls, now we will look into paper 2, section D, question 33, which is the novel Sing to the Dawn. Let's look at the novel question analysis for the past 5 years. In 2015, the question was on a character who is a good role model for teenagers. So if you look at the question, they are more on character and the value. Then only can talk about the good role model. Okay, in 2016, describe a scene that makes you either happy or sad. So a scene refers to event. So if you want to talk about the event, of course, you have to talk about the character. That whether the character makes you happy or sad. Okay. In 2017, the question was to write about a value that is important to one of the character. So here again, you talk about the character and the value. And 2018, one problem faced by the main character. So again, character plus event. So event is actually talking about the problem faced. Okay, So one problem, one event. So in 2019, one character that you dislike. So again, you're talking about the character and why you dislike that character because of the value. All right. So if you look at the pattern from 2015, character value, 16 character event, 17 character value, 18 character event, 19 character value. And in 2020, it is forecasted character event. You also can see, compare the question of a different trial paper from different states. They are also focusing more on character and event. So try to go through on that content more, but I'm not telling that this is the only focus that you have to pay attention. Try to also look at the value. Okay, let's look at an example of a question that talking about character and event. So the question is a life-changing event that changes the life of the character. Write about an important event and how the event affected or impacted the life of a character. So here, based on the question, I would prefer to choose Dawan. Don't try to be different by choosing the minor character. I worry you may not have a lot to talk. So it's better to choose the main character. Okay, so in your response, you should include evidences from the text and also personal responses. So personal responses will actually add on the marks because you are giving your opinion and also justification. So when you want to write this answer, you should write in present tense. Okay, there are some tendency where students write in past tense. So here it is like this. If you started with past tense, make sure the entire response is written in past tense. Don't mix up, because when you mix up, the paper marker will see you begin with past tense, so she or he will underline all the present tense as an error. Okay, so you are very much comfortable to write in past tense. Please go on, but then make sure the entire answer is written in past tense, or else just keep up with present tense throughout the response. Let's look at the model answer for the question that we saw earlier. Okay, I'm going to write this answer in 5 paragraphs. So my first paragraph will be the introduction. Second paragraph will be the body. Third, again the body. And fourth, again the body. The body paragraphs consist of personal responses and evidences. And the concluding paragraph is to sum up. Okay, let's look at how the first introduction developed. So in the first introduction paragraph, I will include the novel title, the author's name, one sentence synopsis, and answer the question. But here, you should understand, when I said one sentence synopsis, it is actually because if you write one whole paragraph, it doesn't carry any single marks because you're not answering the question yet. So it is unnecessary to write a paragraph of synopsis. So let's look at my example here. The novel I read is Sing to the Dawn by Ming Fong Ho. So I presented my novel title and also mentioned the author's name. The novel is about a girl who struggles to study in the city. One sentence synopsis. Okay, now answer the question. The important event that has affected Dawan's life is when Dawan wins the scholarship and wants to further her studies in the city. This event brings the changes in Dawan's personality from a timid girl to a bold and brave person. Okay, what actually I want to point out here is always choose the main event, because this particular event causes the whole story to develop. Don't go and choose the small minor events like releasing the bird and then giving the umbrella at the bridge, or all that are minor events. So talk about something bigger so that you can talk further about it. Okay, so let's see how the evidence develop. Let's see how the evidence and personal response develops in the second paragraph. First, she dares not to talk to her father and voice her opinion. She feels nervous talking to her father. She also hesitates and stammers to even tell him that she has won the scholarship. Dawan is terrified to face her father when she and Kwai discuss about the scholarship. So until here, you're talking about the evidences. Okay? It's not about giving one evidence, two evidences. Give as much as you can, express yourself. Okay? So let's continue. However, after winning the scholarship, Dawan is able to overcome her nervousness and faces her father. She feels she deserves to further her studies and is able to save the village from the unfair system and greedy landlord despite being a female. So here you're actually bringing in the feminist element here. Okay, so what another thing I want to point out is, if you see the first four lines talking about the evidence before, she's very nervous and so fearful, but you see the next four lines talking about she has become very brave. So that's a very good evidence, right? So not only evidence, it's evidences. Good point to get good marks. Okay, so from my point of view, so this is how you write your personal response, one of the way. Okay, the event winning the scholarship brings a sense of liberation in Dawan. She actually liberated, okay, to show that she wants to further studies. Okay, she confidently fights for her right to get her chance to further studies in the city. Although she liberates and fights for her right, she maintains her respect for her father and finds ways to make her father understand her view and decision. So you see, you actually can see the flow of the personal response here, like a proper justification. So that's why I'm telling you, don't think about writing one personal response, two sentences, three sentences. No, be expressive so that the the paper marker can feel your reasoning. And of course, when he or she feels it, your marks is like going up already. Okay, let's further see the answer. Okay. Furthermore, after winning the scholarship, her desire to further her studies in the city makes her to be brave enough to talk for herself when her opportunity to further her studies is denied by many. So those underlined phrases are actually considered like a good expression. Okay. She speaks up for herself and she braves herself to seek for justice from her father, although he is angry. So you're further explaining here the evidence. Okay. Not only that, she challenges her father and asks why she should not be the one who goes to the city by speaking out her views without being rude at the same time. She actually speak out rather than fight with or argue with the father. Okay. She even goes alone to the temple to see the head monk, which usually females does not do during those days. The story actually taken place when your grandmother was a teenager. Okay, so long, long ago, females cannot voice out that moment. Okay, so she brave herself to go to the temple to see the head monk. She hopes to get his support to talk to her father regarding letting her to go to the city, as she believes that a religious person should be wise and intellectual. Ironically means something opposite. Okay, so very good words, a very good word actually. You should use this. Okay, she is disappointed by the head monk's response and reply. So this is evidence, clear, explained evidence. Okay, in my opinion, again, you're giving your personal response. It is obvious that Dawan changes from a timid person who obeys the village tradition, which is females are not supposed to talk back to males. The winning of the scholarship transforms her to talk bravely to the head monk regarding her wish, and she dares to ask questions to the monk when he is unfair to Dawan. So that shows uh, a change in character from a timid girl to a bold person. Okay, so that's what you should do. Explain, don't hesitate. Okay. Okay, let's further see the development of the evidences and personal responses in the third paragraph of the container. Besides that, she's more determined to achieve her dream and prove herself that being female does not stop her to study in the city. She walks 3 kilometers to Noy's house with her mother to find out about studying in the city. However, Noy discourages her that no matter how hard she tries, she cannot change anything in the village as a female. So even another female not supporting her. Can you see that? You are giving proof. That's why she's becoming becoming braver actually. Okay, she's not giving up. All right, so let's further see. That does not stop her and change her decision. Not only that, when Kwai argues that she's only a girl who has no leadership qualities and she cannot bring positive changes to the village, Dawan does not give up. Instead, she tells him with conviction that she is capable as who she is. So this is the evidences. You can see how she's actually becoming very brave. Okay, so let's see the personal response. Finally, here I don't put in my point of view and all that. I just put finally. Still understood the way you present it. Okay, finally she's able to convince her father that she too can help the people in the village to come out from the unfair system set by the landlord and be free from the poverty. It is obvious that the event, winning the scholarship, has made Dawan to proceed with her decision to study in the city despite all the mockings and obstacles. So I want you to pay attention at the expression as well, what are the underlined phrases or parts of sentences. Try to understand and remember. If you use that, probably use it well. Don't simply use it for the sake of presenting it. It should be meaningful at the same time. Okay? These are just suggested answer. Frankly telling, you can write better than this if you really understand how to do it and if you understand the story. Okay, let's further see the conclusion part. Okay, let's see how the concluding paragraph develops. So in conclusion, the important event that had affected Dawan's life is the winning of the scholarship. So you are restating the answer, which event. Okay, the victory has made Dawan to be highly confident to further studies in the city. The event also makes her to be courageous to voice out her opinions and fights for her right to further studies. Okay, until here you can see you're telling that she has become a very brave person. You are putting it in a different sentence. You have stated that earlier in the first paragraph. You are saying it again, but in a different sentence structure. This is what we wanted. Writing conclusion is not difficult at all. You restating the point without repeating the same sentence words from the first paragraph. Okay, let's see further. Dawan liberates in order to prove that she's capable to save the village from the unfair system and the suppressing situation as a female. So this is just an extra idea I gave, like a feminist point of view lah. But if you don't put also, it's okay. You can stop here. Actually, the answer stop at this further studies point. Okay, I just add on. Just if you can use it well, probably you can try, but if you're not confident, better don't use it. Okay, boys and girls, that's the end of the quick revision session for 1119 English paper 2 for the section novel and poem. I hope the information that I had shared will be very helpful. So I wish you good luck and do the best in your coming exam.